"Daddy, we missed you." That was the first thing I heard when the office door opened that morning. Two small voices. Soft. Bright. Too innocent for the kind of life I had been living. I looked up from my desk, half tired, half lost in another long report, and I froze. Two children. A boy and a girl. Maybe 5 or 6. Holding hands. Running straight across the room. Running straight to him. To Kazuki. My director. My boss. My everything. They ran to him like they had done it 1,000 times before, like their tiny hearts knew exactly where he belonged. "Daddy, we missed you," they shouted again, voices echoing through the concrete walls like small ghosts whispering a truth I never expected to hear. My heart didn't just drop. It twisted. It cracked. It bled right there inside my chest. I felt my lips part, but no sound came out. My fingers tightened around my pen. My breath stumbled out of me. I felt heat behind my eyes, the kind that burns before tears come. I tried to keep a straight face, but something in me broke in that exact moment. Because right there, in that painful second, I remembered. After I aborted 3 babies for him. 3. Not 1. Not 2. 3. 3 tiny lives I never gave a chance, because he told me he wasn't ready. Because he said he had nothing. Because he said he had no one. Because he said he only had me. And now, I was standing there, watching 2 small children cling to his legs like flowers blooming around a lie. "Daddy, Daddy. Look, we drew pictures for you," the boy said, pulling a paper from his bag. My heart made a dull, painful sound inside my ribs. Kazuki laughed. A soft, warm laugh. A laugh I thought belonged only to me. Yokakita ni," he said, kneeling down. "Ah, you came all the way here." His voice sweet. Gentle. The voice he used on me during late nights in the office when he kissed my neck, held my waist, whispered, "I only want you, Haru." But right now, he wasn't saying those words to me. He was saying them to his children. His real children. I swallowed hard. My chest felt tight, like someone was pressing a heavy stone against my heart. I tried to steady my breathing, but my body was shaking. And then he walked in. His partner. The one he never told me about. The one he swore didn't exist. Another male Omega, soft-featured, beautiful, with calm eyes and a gentle presence. Dressed neatly, like someone who belonged in a peaceful home, not in the middle of my heartbreak. He bowed politely to the staff. "Suma Mason, we came to surprise him," he said kindly. And the whole room smiled. Except me. I was too busy trying not to break apart in front of everyone. Kazuki stood up, patting the children's heads, his smile soft, natural, perfect. A smile I had believed was mine alone. My stomach twisted. Something hot and ugly rose up inside me. Confusion, pain, betrayal, disbelief, all mixing together until it felt like I couldn't breathe. He looked up and finally saw me staring. For a moment, his smile vanished. Just gone. Wiped off so fast it made my heart jump. His eyes widened slightly, panic maybe, but only for a second. Then he put that perfect smile back on his face, polished and fake. He walked up to me. "Haru," he said too calmly. "These are my cousin's kids. They just like calling me daddy." A lie. A stupid, lazy lie. Because even from where I stood, I could see it. They had his eyes. They had his smile. They had his warmth, the part of him that I killed pieces of myself to feel special enough to receive. Cousin's kids? No. Even the floor knew that was a lie. My throat felt tight. My heart felt heavy. My hands trembled. I forced a smile. A painful, broken one. "Oh," I whispered. "Is that so?" Kazuki nodded just a little too fast. His partner watched the exchange with a polite bow, unaware of the storm exploding inside my chest. The children kept talking, laughing, holding onto Kazuki's hand like it belonged to them. And it did. It did. It always did. I was the one who never belonged. I felt a thick, painful lump forming in my throat. My vision blurred just a little. I blinked fast, fighting the heat behind my eyes. The office felt too small, too loud, too bright. I turned away before my face could expose what my heart was screaming. Before anyone saw the truth. That I was shattering. I never imagined this was how things would turn out. I still remember the first day Kazuki walked into our Nagano branch office. Tall, confident, smiling like life had never once hurt him. Our new director. Freshly promoted. Transferred from the Tokyo headquarters. Everyone clapped. Everyone bowed. Everyone welcomed him warmly. I didn't care for new people. I didn't trust easily. I kept my walls high, my heart sealed. my emotions locked deep inside me where no one could reach them. But the moment Kazuki walked in, something in me shifted. The way he looked around the room with gentle eyes. The way he smiled. The way he said, "Yoroshiku onegai shimasu," and bowed deeply like he respected all of us despite his high position. And when he was introduced to me, my name, my role, my desk, he smiled in this soft, curious way. Like he was already choosing me. "Haru-kun, right?" he said. I nodded, trying to act uninterested. But I felt something warm awaken inside me. Something dangerous. He laughed lightly. "I heard you're the hardest worker here." "I just do my job," I said. "No," he said softly. "You do more than that. I noticed it the moment I read your reports." My heart reacted. Stupidly. Immediately. He noticed me. He saw me. No one ever did. From that day, he kept coming closer. Coffee. Snacks. Warm smiles. Soft jokes. Little touches, his hand brushing mine, his shoulder leaning close, his voice dropping low when he talked to me at my desk. He bought food for me every lunch break. He paid for my train pass for a whole month. Said it was a small gift. He waited for me after work. Walked me out. Leaned too close when no one was watching. And I believed him. I believed everything. He flirted. I resisted. He pushed. I hesitated. But every night he stayed with me in the office. Every night he touched me softly. Every night he whispered, "Haru, you're special." In the dark room illuminated only by the desk lamp. I fell deeper. I couldn't stop myself. One night, when the office was quiet and everyone had left, he closed the blinds, turned off the lights, and whispered, "Come here." I went. His hands were warm against my waist. His lips tasted like coffee. My body shook when he kissed me. He whispered my name like he owned it. I gave him everything. My trust. My heart. My body. My soul. And when I found out I was pregnant the first time, I thought it was a blessing. But he told me he wasn't ready. That he had nothing. That he had no one. That the timing was bad. That he loved me, but life was complicated. And like a fool, blinded by love, desperate to keep him close. I agreed. I erased a life growing inside me. For him. Then it happened again. And again. 3 times. Three times I let him whisper apologies into my neck. 3 times I let him kiss my tears away in the dark. 3 times I let him cover my mouth with his palm when I cried too loudly, telling me, "Shuh, I love you. I'm here. Please don't leave me." 3 times he asked me to choose him over my unborn children. 3 times. I chose wrong. And now I was standing in the office, watching 2 innocent children call him daddy. Children he wanted. Children he kept. Children he loved. While mine never saw the light of day. The sound of laughter jolted me back. "Daddy, hold my hand. Daddy, look at my drawing. Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." Each repetition stabbed something raw inside me. Kazuki glanced at me again. And this time he looked scared. As if my pain was a threat. As if my knowledge could destroy everything he built. As if my silence was the only thing holding his lies together. He mouthed silently. Later. I looked away. Not because I agreed. But because if I looked at him any longer, I might break in a way I could never repair. Kazuki mouthed the word later, like a secret, like a promise, like a warning. But I said nothing back. I just turned away. Slowly. Quietly. Because I knew, if I kept looking at him, even for one more second, something inside me would explode. Maybe my anger. Maybe my hope. Maybe the last fragile piece of my heart. I went back to my desk, sat down, and swallowed the storm inside me. But the laughter kept echoing. "Daddy, Daddy, look. Daddy, carry me. Daddy, let's go home." I pressed my fingers against my forehead, trying to breathe. Trying to think. Trying to understand how the man who whispered love into my skin could stand there smiling like a perfect family man. A man with nothing. A man with no one. That was the lie he told me. But reality was standing 10 feet away wearing small shoes and calling him father. After his partner finally left with the children, after all the smiles disappeared, After the office returned to normal, he walked toward me. Slow, careful steps. I didn't look at him. Not even once. I could feel him standing beside me, his presence heavy like rain clouds before a storm. Haru, he whispered, voice trembling slightly. Can we talk? Talk. He said it like talking could fix the truth. Like talking could erase the sight of his children running into his arms. Like talking could bring back the 3 lives I ended because I believed him. My jaw tightened. I'm working, I said quietly. Haru, please. I lifted my head just enough to meet his eyes. He looked desperate. Too desperate. He wasn't worried about me. He was worried about what I might do. I gave him a simple, cold answer. After work. His shoulders dropped in relief. Okay, he whispered. After work. I didn't say it for him. I said it for myself. Because I needed answers. I needed truth. I needed to know why he lied so deeply, so beautifully, so cruelly. While I pretended to type, my mind drifted back to another night, one that made the day's pain sharper. It was 2 months ago. The office was dark, silent except for the soft hum of the AC. Everyone had left. The city lights poured through the windows like slow-moving stars. Kazuki had stayed behind with me. He always found reasons to. Haru, he said softly, walking behind me. You're still working? I have to finish this report. No, he whispered. You're overworking yourself. He leaned down, lips brushing against my ear. Let me help you. His hands slid around my waist from behind. Warm. Gentle. Too familiar. I closed my eyes. Kazuki, someone might see. No one is here, he murmured. It's just us. Like always. He kissed the back of my neck. Slow. Soft. Dangerous. I felt myself melting into him, like always. He turned my chair gently until I was facing him. His forehead touched mine. Our breaths mixed. My body reacted without thinking. Haru, he whispered. I don't know what you've done to me, but I love you. I remember the exact moment my heart chose him. It chose him so easily. So foolishly. So blindly. That night, we touched each other like 2 lonely souls trying to fill the same void. He kissed me against the wall. He whispered my name like it was sacred. He held my face with trembling hands. He told me he wanted a future with me. And I believed him. That night, that lie, led to the second baby. A baby I erased. For him. Because he said, I don't have a partner. I don't have a family. I only have you. Now I know better. He had everything. I had nothing. After work. The office emptied slowly. The sky turned dark. The lights outside flickered like broken stars. I stayed at my desk, pretending to work, waiting for the last person to leave. When the final door clicked shut, my heart beat faster. He approached. Haru, Kazuki said quietly, standing in front of me. Let's talk inside my office. I stood up without a word and followed him. The moment the door closed behind us, he sighed deeply, running a hand through his hair. He looked nervous. Kazuki, I said, my voice steady even though my hands were trembling. Who were those kids? He opened his mouth. Closed it. Opened it again. They're important to me, he whispered. I laughed. A broken, bitter sound. Important. I repeated. They called you Daddy. What do you expect me to think? He stepped closer, reaching for my hand. I pulled it away. He froze. Haru, you're angry. No, I said softly. I'm devastated. He swallowed hard. They're my cousin's kids, he said again, voice shaking. They just don't lie to me. Silence. His eyes darted away. That was it. The truth. Right there in the way he couldn't look at me. Kazuki, I whispered. Just tell me the truth. For once. He didn't answer immediately. He only closed his eyes and let out a long, tired breath. Haru, I didn't want you to get hurt. My chest tightened painfully. So you hid your family from me? I asked. You let me. My voice broke. My breath hitched. Tears gathered behind my eyes. You let me end 3 pregnancies for you, I whispered. And you didn't want me to get hurt? He flinched. His voice dropped to a whisper. Haru, I'm sorry. Sorry. I laughed again, bitter and shaking. The first time I told you I was pregnant, you told me you had no one. The second time, you said you loved me too much to ruin my life. The third time, you threatened to leave me. Haru, please. You made me believe I was your only one, I said, my voice cracking. All while you had a partner and children somewhere else. He stepped closer again, desperation in his eyes. My partner, it's complicated. Is it? I snapped. Because it looked pretty simple when your children ran to you today. His jaw clenched. His eyes darkened. Haru, he said quietly, I can't lose you. That line. That stupid, beautiful, manipulative line. It stabbed into me again. How much more do you want to take from me? I whispered. He touched my face gently, his fingers trembling. Haru, I love you. No, I whispered, stepping back. You love control. You love being wanted. You love being adored. His face hardened. Don't talk like that, he said softly, almost dangerously. Why? I whispered. Am I wrong? Silence again. Then he said something that chilled my blood. Haru, everything I have with them is old. But you're new. You're exciting. You make me feel alive. My stomach turned. Is that all I am to you? I whispered. Excitement. He didn't answer. Because the answer was yes. He walked toward me slowly, eyes darkening, voice lowering. Haru, I need you. No, I said sharply. You need me quiet. He stiffened. You're going to ruin everything if you overreact, he said softly. Overreact? Overreact? My heart shattered again. Kazuki, I said, voice trembling. I'm ruined. He froze. I shook my head slowly, feeling tears slip down my cheeks before I could stop them. You ruined me the moment you told me you loved me. You ruined me when you whispered promises you never meant. You ruined me when you kissed me like I was your future while hiding the family you already had. Haru, you ruined me when you let me kill our children. He closed his eyes. I could see guilt flash across his face, but it was the kind of guilt that appears when someone gets caught. Not the kind that grows from real remorse. Haru, listen, he said, stepping closer. We can still be together. We just have to be careful. Careful. That word burned. So you want me to stay your secret, I said, voice hollow. You want me to keep hiding while you live two lives. He swallowed. Yes. That was it. The truth. The final cut. Something inside me died quietly. I took a step back. Then another. Haru, he whispered, noticing the distance. Don't walk away. But I already had. Not physically yet, but emotionally completely. I went home numb. Empty. Cold. I stared at my small apartment walls. I sat on my bed. I held my stomach without meaning to. 3 times. 3 babies. Gone. Because I chose a man who saw me as entertainment. I curled into myself and cried silently until my throat hurt. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break something. I wanted to disappear. But all I did was whisper to myself. Why wasn't I enough? The truth was simple. I was enough. He wasn't. I didn't return to work the next day. Or the day after that. Or the week after. I just stopped going. Because the last time I walked through that hallway, I heard them. Whispers. Laughter. Sharp words that felt like stones thrown at my back. Didn't we warn him? That man was good for nothing. He ruined his life for someone who never chose him. Look at him now, pathetic. They didn't even hide it. They didn't lower their voices. They said it loud enough for me to hear every single word. And the worst part, they were right. I walked out of that place with my head down, my heart cracking with every step, and I never walked back in. I stayed inside my small apartment, curtains closed, lights off, the air thick and silent. I barely ate. I barely slept. Every day, I sat on my bed and cried until my chest hurt. I thought about the babies I lost. The ones I threw away because I loved someone who didn't love me back. 3 tiny lives, 3 little souls. I got rid of them because Ren said the time wasn't right. Because he said he wasn't ready. Because I trusted him more than I trusted myself. Now he had children. Children who ran into his arms. Children he wanted. Children he kept. And I had nothing. Nothing but empty hands and a heart full of ghosts. Sometimes, I wish death would just take me. So I could meet my babies somewhere beyond this world and tell them I was sorry. So I could ask for their forgiveness. So I could stop waking up with this heavy, painful hole inside my chest. I also wished Ren would suffer. Just once. Just enough to feel what I felt. I whispered through tears one night. Please, let him feel the pain he gave me. One evening, I was lying on my bed, staring at the ceiling in that numb, empty way grief creates, when my phone buzzed beside me. I almost ignored it, but something made me look. A news notification flashed across the screen. Breaking news. Director of Nagano branch office. My heart stopped. My hands shook as I tapped the headline. The article opened slowly, painfully slowly. Then the photo loaded. Kazuki. His face. His name. And below it, the line that made my breath vanish. He was pronounced dead at the scene. I stared at the screen for a long time. I waited for guilt. I waited for sadness. I waited for that old love to rise in my chest and choke me. Nothing came. Instead, something warm and strange bloomed inside me. Relief. Not happiness. Not joy. Just relief. Relief that he was gone. Relief that he couldn't hurt me anymore. Relief that the man who took everything from me had finally paid a price. Then the guilt followed. Heavy. Sharp. Burning the edges of my heart. Why do I feel this way? I whispered, covering my mouth with my shaking hand. Why am I not sad? Why am I relieved? I didn't know the answer. Maybe I never would. Maybe I was too broken. Too tired. Too done. But as I lay there, staring at the fading light on my wall, I realized something. This was the only ending that gave me peace. No closure. No explanation. No apology. Just the truth. He was gone. And I was still here. Breathing. Hurting. But free. For the first time in years, free. I let out a long, trembling exhale. Kazuki. Goodbye, Kazuki. And even though I felt guilty, even though my heart was still in pieces, for the first time, those pieces stopped bleeding.